What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Thursday, December 12th, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 22:10 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from Russia. So, according to various sources, Russia is planning another ICBM strike on Ukraine very soon. And we're hearing that Russia is preparing as many as 20 Oreshnik missiles to fire at Ukraine. Okay, these are the ICBMs. So, according to the Wall Street Journal, senior American officials reported that Russia will launch another Oreshnik intercontinental ballistic missile against Ukraine very soon. And the Russian Air Force has begun preparations for possibly the largest airstrike since the beginning of the war in Ukraine. We're hearing about lots of activity on the Russian bomber frequencies today. Also, various confidential sources are reporting the full arming up of many bomber aircraft in Russia. And various intelligence reports are reporting that this preparation work is extremely aggressive. And U.S. spy satellites have also seen imagery which leads the U.S. to conclude that the world could see the launch of multiple Oreshnik ICBMs for the first time. Imagery and human intelligence reliably report that 20 plus Oreshnik missiles are currently in operation and ready for firing. Wow. Okay, so this is absolutely huge news. In addition to that, Russia has warned its citizens not to travel to the US, the UK, and the EU due to escalating tensions. Okay, so it looks like Russia is going to launch this massive ICBM strike on Ukraine very soon. We know that Putin said about 2 weeks ago at the CSTO meeting that multiple Oreshnik strikes could be as devastating as a nuclear attack on Ukraine. He actually said that. Okay, now we have satellite and human intelligence showing that as many as 20 Oreshnik missiles are being prepared to launch. Now, in addition to that, Russia telling its citizens not to travel to the West. That is very, very concerning, guys. Okay, we know that Russia has closed down the airspace over Kapustin Yar over the next week and a half, okay, for tonight, tomorrow night, and then next week, Monday through Saturday or Monday through Friday, every single night from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern Time, every single night. Okay, so this strike could happen tonight. It could happen tomorrow night. Could happen next week, but it's coming very soon. Okay, and Ukraine launched more Icbm'S missiles at Russia 2 days ago. They took out an airfield in Taganrog. Russia said that they shot down the Icbm'S, but the Ukrainians are saying that they actually hit the target in Taganrog, which is in western Russia. And the head of NATO has warned the alliance is not ready for the threats it will face from Russia in the coming years, and that it is time to shift to a wartime mindset. Russia is preparing for long-term confrontation with Ukraine and with us, Mark Rutte said, adding, "We are not ready for what is coming our way." He added, "It is time to shift to a wartime mindset and turbocharge our defense production and defense spending." Mr. Rutte said the current security situation was the worst in my lifetime. Wow. Okay, so the head of NATO saying the current situation is the worst in his lifetime, that NATO has to supercharge defense production and spending and go into a wartime mindset. Absolutely huge news, okay? And we've heard multiple NATO generals and NATO figures over the last few months warn that this war with Russia is coming, okay? We know multiple Scandinavian countries and Eastern European countries have handed out World War III survival manuals already. Okay, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Germany. Okay, all these countries are handing out World War III and nuclear war survival manuals. Okay, and we had the top general of NATO, Rob Bauer, say multiple times that we need to prepare for war with Russia. We need to have civil defense. We need to have a plan in case Russia goes to war with NATO. Okay, so something is brewing, guys, okay? And what you're looking at here is a nuclear war command and control plane that was up in the air this evening over the Gulf of Mexico. It took off from Offutt Air Base, which is the home of U.S. Strategic Command. It went down to the Gulf of Mexico, and it was communicating with our submerged nuclear-armed submarines, the Ohio-class subs. So our nuclear forces are still on very high alert. Another interesting flight here tonight is this RC-135 Rivet Joint, which is a reconnaissance plane, and it was in the Caribbean Sea for some reason, maybe keeping an eye on Cuba or Venezuela, I'm not sure, but this is pretty unusual. And last night we had a lot of activity around Korea and Taiwan and the Sea of Japan. You can see a P-3 Orion here in the East China Sea. That's a sub-hunting plane, okay? Now, last night we had Russian doomsday planes airborne. We had 2 Russian doomsday planes go east to the Urals, okay, a Tu-214SR. That is one of Putin's doomsday planes. In addition to that, we had a Russian VIP plane go to Belarus for the second night in a row, okay, and we know that Russia threatened to deploy these Oreshnik Icbm'S into Belarus and arm them with nukes, okay? So the situation is really escalating, and last night we had multiple U.S. military heavy cargo planes go to Europe and down to the Middle East. So a lot of heavy cargo being moved into the theater now. And the Biden administration announced another $500 million in aid to Ukraine. This package includes counter-drone munitions, ammunition for HIMARS, 155 and 105 millimeter artillery, HARMS, the high-speed anti-radiation missiles. Those are the missiles that can track radars and destroy them. That's for taking out enemy radars. Unmanned aerial systems or drones, mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicles, MRAPs. Those are the giant wheeled trucks that they used in Afghanistan that are resistant to mines. High-mobility, multi-purpose wheeled vehicles or Humvees, light tactical vehicles, and this is interesting, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear protective equipment. Very, very concerning that they're suddenly giving CBRN equipment to Ukraine. Javelin and AT-4 anti-armor systems. These are anti-tank missiles. Tube-launched, optically guided, wire-tracked missiles or TOW missiles. Those are also anti-tank missiles. Small arms ammo, demolition equipment and munitions, spare parts, ancillary equipment, services, training, and transportation. Okay, so a pretty substantial package here going to Ukraine, but the CBRN equipment is very concerning. We know that Russia started developing these mobile fallout shelters a few weeks ago. Okay, they were converting shipping containers into fallout shelters. I did numerous videos on that. Okay, they're mass producing these shipping container fallout shelters in Russia. They're not doing that for no reason, guys. Okay, they're preparing for a nuclear war with the U.S. and NATO. Okay, this is extremely serious, guys. And apparently there's a drone invasion tonight in the U.S. At least 10 drones were spotted tonight above the LaGuardia Airport in New York City. There were also drones spotted in Portland, Oregon, and also drones over Virginia. So I don't know if this is some kind of an alien invasion or what. And the New Jersey State Police said earlier today that the drones in New Jersey are using some kind of frequency that isn't being detected. Okay, so that's very, very concerning. And the Israeli Air Force destroyed one of Iran's early warning systems in Syria today on Mount Qasun. Okay, so Israel continuing to strike these strategic targets in Syria while they have a chance. But that's the latest breaking news that I have. I will be back tomorrow with another update, and I will be live in the 24/7 stream tonight, monitoring the situation with Russia, okay, and the possible strike on Ukraine with Icbm'S. So maybe I'll see you in the stream tonight. If not, I'll catch you on the next update. Follow me on Telegram and Twitter. I post all my updates over there. And the links to my Telegram and Twitter are in the description below this video. And until the next time, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.